Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am laughing because I've been struggling with this video. This is my third time filming it. So let's hope that the third time's the charm. This obviously, as you can see, is going to be my favorite drugstore and affordable highlighters that are under $20. And I am going to be doing these in order from my least favorite to my favorite. And don't be alarmed by least favorite assuming that, oh, they're just not good, because they are. I would not put them in this video if they are not. They're just all so good. So it was really hard for me to put these in order. But let's just go ahead and jump right. So the first product that I'm going to mention is the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strip, and this is in Vegas Strip. And this is so beautiful. I did swatch in the lighter portion of it and then in the darker portion. If you have deeper skin, this is gonna be gorgeous, and that is why I'm mentioning it. This does not work on my skin tone, and that is why this is the first one that I'm talking about. If it did, it might be higher up on the list because it looks absolutely gorgeous. The next product is by Model's Own. This is the Sculpt and Glow Highlighter Powder in Peach Pearl, and it's more of a like pinky pearl shade. I'm pretty sure you can see there is a strong pink shift in that swatch. And I am wearing it today with another highlight over top of it, and I really like it. This alone can be very natural, and even once you build it up, it doesn't look like a stripe on your face. And this retails for $11.99. The next highlight that I'm going to mention is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Powder Glow Illuminator in the shade Rose. There are 3 different shades of this product, but this is just the only one that I've tried and that I own. I usually stick with the 2 lighter shades in here, but obviously if you have darker skin, then you can incorporate some of the rosy shades. This is what I go through trying to film. I'll go ahead and swatch all of them separately for you guys. The only reason this is lower on my list is just because it's not one that I reach for a lot. And it is one that can look a little bit like a stripe across the face if you don't blend it out well enough, or if you know you build it up too much. But it's still a good highlight. The next one that I'm going to mention, which I'm sure you knew this would be on the list, is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. And I really, really like this highlight. This is almost too dark for my skin. I have built this up way too much, and it did look like a rosy stripe on my face, but you could also use it as a blush topper as well. It's a really great product. It's only $4.99. This next highlight that I'm going to mention is a really great deal. This is the Aesthetica Strobe Series Illuminate palette, and this is for light to medium skin tones. And they do have another one that is for dark or tan to dark skin tones, I believe. And this does have a mirror, I don't know if you noticed. And it has a white shade, a champagne-y shade, and then a pinky shade and a more peachy pinky shade. And honestly, when I first watched these, I was like, oh, like that's nothing special. But these are just more of a natural highlight. You can build these up so that they are more intense. But I use this palette when I'm looking for a more natural glow. And that white shade, actually, you can't tell in the swatch, but when I put it on the skin, it does have a little bit of a gold shift. And even though these look quite dark in the pan, they don't translate that dark on the skin. This retails for $19.97. You can get it on Amazon. I'll have it linked down below. I got mine on Outlook. If you're not familiar with that, I do have the link down below if you want to check it out. That's where I started buying my high-end makeup because it's usually like 50% off or more. The next highlight that I'm going to mention is something that I don't see on YouTube a lot, but this is the Ofra eyeshadow slash highlight in the shade Bliss. Feels really creamy and smooth when you touch it. This is very similar to the Precious Petals Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlight. I actually will swatch it right next to it here in a second, but I really love this. It's a pretty intense highlight. I usually pair this with a lighter highlight just because it's almost too dark for me. I have had this look a little bit like a rosy stripe on my face as well, so I do just have to be careful about that. But if you have deeper skin or just darker skin than me, then this is going to look really gorgeous on your skin. I will go ahead and swatch the Precious Petals highlight for you and just show you the 2 of them compared to each other. So this is Ofra and this is Precious Petals. So you can see the difference there, but they are quite similar. So the price on this, if you buy the pan inside of the packaging, then it is $9 after using Kathleen Light's 40% off coupon code, or you can buy just the pan, which you can put in a Z palette. So if you own a Z palette, I would recommend just getting the pan, and it would only be $7.20 after using her 40% off coupon code. So I will have the coupon code listed next to the link below if you're interested in this. It's really, really good, and obviously it is an eyeshadow as well. So this next highlight is pretty new to me. This is the JCat Triple Crown Baked Shadow in the shade Dolce de Leche, and I just recently hauled this in my last video. It is really nice because it has a, you know, white shade, pale yellow, and then a like rose gold shade. I'll go ahead and swatch all 3 of them for you alone, and then I'll also swatch them like swirled together. This is all of them swirled together, so it gives you a nice like champagne-y shade, but it's a nice light champagne shade. So if you have fair skin, this is gonna be perfect for you. They do have other shade options. The price on this is $5.99. So I mean, it's not a ton of product that you get, but essentially you're getting 4 different highlights in one. So for $6, that's a pretty decent deal. I forgot to mention the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter Powder in Golden Lights. And the name is scraped off of the front, that's why I was reading it off my computer screen. This looks like it is a white highlight, but it has a very strong gold sheen to it. When the light hits it, it's definitely a more gold highlight. So if you are looking for a highlight that has that gold shift, this is gonna be perfect for you. And they have a couple other shades. They actually have a new one that's called Matte Lights, which I think is supposed to be a dupe for the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder. I don't remember what that's called. Oh, and that retails for $6. Okay, so the next 2 highlights that I'm gonna mention are by e.l.f. Or actually, there's 3. 2 of them are from their baked highlighter line, and one is in Blush Gems, which is this one, and then the other is Moonlight Pearls. And I love both of these. I prefer Moonlight Pearls just because it is a lighter highlight, which I like on my fair skin, but I can pull off the Blush Gems as well. I just can't layer it too much or the color starts to show up a little bit. You have to scrape the top layer off of these when you first get them. Otherwise, they are very dry. They do not swatch well. They do not apply to the skin well. They don't look intense. But once you scrape off that top layer, they feel very smooth and they're not powdery. They can be a very intense highlight. And this Blush Gems one is highly comparable to the MAC Soft and Gentle highlight. But I really love these. They're both $4 a piece. The next one by e.l.f. is the Baked Blush, and this is not a blush. This is a highlight. So I'm just gonna swirl them all together. This is what it looks like. It's like a champagne-y tone with pink running throughout. And I'll go ahead and swatch it next to these. Definitely much more pink than Blush Gems. Blush Gems is more like rosy gold. And actually, if you just swatch this just in like the champagne part of it and not in the pink part, then you can get a shade that is much more similar to Moonlight Pearls. See, this is just the champagne part. So you can see that this is lighter if you don't swirl throughout the pink parts of it. I do think that this blush in Pinktastic would work better on fair skin tones compared to Blush Gems, just because it is lighter, but I mean, it's totally up to preference. They're all 3 really great quality. And I don't think I had to scrape off the top layer of the baked blush. All right, so we have another product from Physicians Formula, and this is their Shimmer Brick in the shade Natural Nude. And this is a fabulous product, you guys. You do get a mirror with this, and you get some instructions here as far as like where to apply the highlight. And this is just really wonderful because it's very universal. It would work for a lot of different skin tones. You can see you're getting, you know, a pretty white, like actually completely white highlight, some pinky tones, some bronzy shades. So, I mean, this is gonna work for every single skin tone. You can use these as eyeshadows and obviously as a highlight. It'd be great for traveling because it's a dual purpose product. But I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the darker shade along with the lightest shade and then the pinky shades. This can be an extremely intense highlight. I love it. It is so beautiful. This does cost $13.99, which is pretty up there for drugstore. But if you think about it, you're getting multiple highlights in one. So it's definitely worth it. And like I said, you can also use it as eyeshadow. You can use it as a bronzer topper, a blush topper, which I wouldn't do because I like more matte bronzers and blushes. But if you like that, you can use it as that as well. All right, you guys, the next product that I'm going to mention is like, well, it used to be a freaking cult favorite on YouTube. And it was the first highlight that I ever bought. And this is the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. This is the packaging. I'm sure you've seen it. When I first bought this, I got a fake one and I didn't know. And I finally ordered the real one off of Outlook. So the fake one was good, but the real one is way better. And this is the real one now. I got rid of my fake one, but swatched, this doesn't even look like anything special, but on the face, it looks beautiful. And it can give you a natural glow. It can give you a really intense glow depending on how much you build it up. It's just an all-around really great product. Now I do want to mention this does retail for $24 on the Balm's website, but the reason that I'm mentioning it in this video is because it is on Walmart's website for $13 or $14. And I did look at the reviews and everyone was stating that it is the real deal. I'm assuming the reason why it is that cheap on Walmart's website is because the Balm does do pretty frequent sales where everything on their website is 50% off. So if you ever couldn't find this anywhere else cheaper than $24, maybe just wait it out until the Balm does their 50% off sale. Or keep an eye out on Outlook, because that is where I purchased mine. And when it's on Outlook, I believe everything is on there for 50% off. So this next highlighter that I'm going to mention is quickly becoming one of my favorites. This is the Makeup Revolution Triple Baked Highlighter in the shade Goddess of Love. And when I ordered these, I was looking at the reviews and it said that this was the less pinky one of the two lighter shades. There are 3 shades, and I think they got the shades mixed up because this is a pretty pink toned highlight. This is actually quite similar to the Model's Own highlight that I mentioned. And I don't know why, I just like this formula better than the Model's Own, I think. And it's actually cheaper than the Model's Own too. So if you're looking for a highlight like this, then of the two, just go ahead and get the Makeup Revolution one. So we are now getting into my top 3 favorite highlighters that we are going to talk about today. They are on the higher side compared to all the other highlights that I've mentioned, but that is because you're getting multiple shades in each of these. So I'm just first gonna talk about the Ulta Beauty Strobing Palette. And I talked about this in my full face of first impressions using the Ulta Beauty makeup brand. And this is so good, you guys. I did mention in that video that these do kick up a little bit of powder, but they feel really creamy. Like you barely have to press your brush into these. This is $18. So you can see these 2 shades are the ones that I use the most, obviously. If you are looking for a good white highlight, you're gonna find it in this palette. And also for deeper skin, these are gonna look beautiful. I mean, those all would look beautiful on deeper skin. And there is a cream highlight in this palette as well. And I'll just blend it out on the skin to show you. Okay, so this next one is the Sleek Solstice Highlighting Palette. I waited so long to buy this, and then one of my friends had it on Snapchat or something, and it like swatched it, and I was like, holy shit, I need that in my life. So I got it on Amazon for $19.99. You do get a cream highlight, and then the other 3 are powders. And you look at those colors and think, oh, like that purple and that peach, like no, that's gonna look crazy. But no, you guys, these do feel like almost kind of chalky when you swatch them, but they do not translate that way on the skin. They are so intense. If you don't want an intense highlight,
this ain't the one for you, honey.
They look so much more bright in the pan than they translate on the skin is what I'm trying to say. I will swatch the cream, which I've never used. That is what it looks like. This is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster Shimmer Strobing Palette. These are so pigmented, so buttery. Like if you press too hard in these, especially the white one, like it definitely kicks up a lot of powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them for you. Like these are intense. Same with this one. If you don't like an intense glow, you are not going to like this. And yet again, this is going to be geared for every skin tone. It's just stunning. If you watch my haul that I just did, I was wearing the 2 lighter shades in this palette and I was just glowing. I loved it. It didn't look like a stripe on my face, but it looked very intense and it just reflected the light so beautifully. This is $14.99 and it is worth every penny. It does have a little mirror and also a little brush, which is really good. I've never used it for highlighting and I don't know if I would, but for contouring, it's really good to get right in there in the hollows of the cheek. I am so excited to have this video done and out to you guys. I wanted to make sure that I incorporated every single highlight that I own that I absolutely love. You definitely don't need to go out and buy every single highlighter in this video. Based off of the swatches and the colors that each of these offer, make your decision as to which one you want. You really only need one. I mean, especially if you're gonna order like one of the 3 palettes that I mentioned here in the end, you're getting a couple different tones. So I mean, maybe that's the way you wanna go, but if you're looking for something under $10 or even under $5, I have some of those options as well. So, you know, it's totally up to you and your preference. They're all amazing. Now, okay, I'm so sorry if you stuck around, then girl, you really want to get some free makeup, but I'm so excited about this, you guys. I'm not wearing highlight on one of my cheeks solely for this giveaway product. I'm going to be giving away the Smashbox plus Casey Holmes highlighting palette. So I was shocked when it came today, and I was like, okay, today is the day that I am filming my top drugstore affordable highlighters, because how perfect, I can give one of these away in it. So I did end up getting one for me and one for you guys, and I got both of them in the shade Pearl. I absolutely love Casey Holmes. I've been watching her for quite a while. She is so cute, so sweet, and so good at makeup. I just love her channel. So I'm really glad that I finally got my hands on this palette. I did decide to get the Pearl over the gold just because I have more fair skin, like I've said 500 times in this video. And I also heard that the Pearl shade is good on deeper skin tones as well, so I just thought it's going to be the more universal of the two. These are the beautiful shades, you guys. Now, I did watch her video where she explained the shades and everything about this product, and she did mention that this third shade is meant to have glitter in it. It is for like that more intense glittery glow. She also included how to apply it, where to apply it, and you know, just her tips and tricks on how she applies her highlights. So I really love that she included this. It's something that, you know, most people don't do. A lot of things that you get will have instructions on it, but these are instructions that Casey herself put together. So I think that's a nice little touch. And let's just go ahead and start applying this to the face. There is a mirror. I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade first, and I think I'll just end up like building some of the other shades. And she did say that this is one that doesn't emphasize texture, that you can build up to be intense or it can be natural. You can see, like, if I left it at that, that's a more natural glow. But I'm going to go ahead and go in that first shade again and then go in the middle shade as well. And then there we start building it up. You can see it gets more intense. And I consider even this a more natural glow. But now I think I'll just go in all three shades. And you can see this is building to be much more intense. So yeah, like I said, this third shade does have glitter in it. So if you don't like a glittery highlight, you might not like that last shade, but I don't see it translating as like chunky on the skin. So I think it's beautiful. They do look much darker in the pan than they are translating on my skin. I mean, you should be able to tell on camera that it doesn't look like I have like a rosy stripe on my face or anything. And I'm just gonna go ahead and build up some more using all three of those shades. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. I'm so glad that I got this. Honestly, it took me a little while to get this. I almost bought it during the pre-order, but then I was like, gosh, I don't need any more highlights. And then I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, yes, I do. What am I talking about? And of course, I want to support Casey's. I am so excited that I get to give one of these to you guys. This giveaway is going to be international. All that you have to do to enter this giveaway is like this video, comment one of your favorite beauty products. It can be skincare or makeup, it doesn't matter, and subscribe to my channel, of course. I hope that you're as excited about this giveaway as I am, and I just want to thank you guys for your support. I am just having so much fun doing my YouTube channel. So the giveaway will be open until April 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That is 5 p.m. Pacific time. I still think that even though this is a pretty intense glow, it does not look like I have a stripe on my face. The light just reflects off of it so nice, and I am obsessed. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for watching. If you want to be notified every time I post a new video, make sure that you hit the little bell down there next to the subscribe button. I do upload 3 times a week at least, and that's gonna be all. So love you. Bye.